in case we capture any juicy things on my syllabus, I have us going into actually the nuts and bolts. I've got some frameworks on building our signature program, the actual training videos and all of that kind of stuff, how to use those frameworks. But I thought maybe we should take a week and use this more as coaching, because I know, Beth, with you, we're still trying to find that perfect lead magnet, or maybe you're wanting to do a new lead magnet. And after last week with the sales page goodies that we learned about, I thought we should just take some time. My purpose is I want everybody to get to the finish line. I don't want us just to say, okay, this is week 8, week 9, okay, we're done. You guys aren't helping me if you don't get things implemented and we actually have a finished, polished little signature program. So how does that sound for you ladies? Is that good?
Yeah.
So Beth, should we start with you and just do some more brainstorming on the lead magnet?
Yeah.
Okay. I've been thinking a lot about websites because if I remember right, you said your primary focus, and I wonder, let me share my screen because I can't talk. And
I thought that was just me.
yeah. So I can't talk and not write and not gesture or something. So let's just do another quick little mind map here. So Beth, your focus, if I understand, and if you're still leaning that way, is to remake websites, right? Or update?
Yep.
Okay.
It's always so funny when I get involved with a new group. I took this boot camp thing last week. And they always think that I'm fresh. Like, why don't you just do a couple of websites for $500 and just put some in your portfolio? Well, I have 150 that I've done in my portfolio. So no thanks.
Yeah. Did you, I think I saw your name. Did you do
Yes, I did. I saw you in there too.
Yeah, what is her name?
No.
Isn't that terrible? Because
Tosh.
Yes, I follow her because I do like her style of teaching. I've never purchased anything, but I do enjoy her challenges and I love her funnel pages. I think she does an excellent job with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so so revamping websites is your focus, and for just WordPress or Funnel Gorgeous also, or go HighLevel.
My focus is going to be WordPress. If another one comes up, I'll do it. I mean, it's just like anything else, you know, if I know WordPress like the back of my hand.
Yeah.
Can I do stuff in FGF? Sure.
Yeah.
It's frustrating as crap because I don't know all the things.
Yeah.
And I just had somebody ask me about Squarespace. Well, right now I'll take any business. So yeah, sure. I do Squarespace.
Yeah. And what are the primary pain points for revamp? Why somebody?
I pulled out a bunch of stuff from my lead magnet, and I would imagine that these are also pain points. Are you embarrassed to say, this is my website? Do you get questions? How do I XYZ? Do people tell you I can't find whatever on your website? Does your website load slowly? Has it been over 2 years since you've updated anything on your website? Does your website look funny on mobile?
Talk to me about Google. Talk to me a little bit on the technical side, and then how that ties in with why they might need their website revamped.
There was this analogy that I made. The field of dreams and line of thinking, if you build it, they will come, no longer exists.
Okay.
So if you just publish your website, Google doesn't know you exist unless Google stumbles on it. So have you registered your website with the 3 major search engines? Have you listed your website on Google My Business?
Okay. What are the 3 main search engines?
Google, Bing, Yahoo.
Yahoo still is.
And it is.
Interesting. And then what did you say about Google?
Are you listed on Google My Business? A lot of solopreneurs, like the 3 of us that work out of our homes, don't list ourselves on Google My Business because because I don't want to list my house. But there's a way you can do it without listing your house.
Is that to get another mailbox or something else?
No, you just say what your service area is.
Oh, gotcha.
But I talk about these Google things like getting listed on Google My Business. Is that really what I'm going to do for somebody? If my focus is building a website, I guess maybe that's a bonus or something.
Yeah. It would be the way to get them in the door. So the number one, I think anyway, one of the main reasons is they can't be found. Would you agree with that? And I'm just going to say not branded. Maybe I'll just say outdated. Thinking like your ideal person without all the tech pieces. You know that there's certain back-end things you should do on the web point, but for the person, what are they looking for? Well, the number one thing I think is they want to be found so that what?
They make money.
Yep. So that they get leads, right? Which leads into making money. Okay. What else? And I broke this up because why they want it and why they need it. I was thinking about Sandy with her landscaping. If somebody was getting ready to sell their house, that's one of the simple fixes. You could just do some minor landscaping on the front, not a full re-landscape, to give it that curb appeal, right? Versus why they want one. Sandy probably was sick of how it looked before, right? And you wanted to dress everything up. So with somebody's web page, redoing the web page, I think a lot of people are falling into the I want category, but if it's not painful enough, and especially in this climate where people maybe feel like they need to really look closely at how they're spending their money, some of these reasons might not be strong enough.
And I toyed around with the title of, is your website costing you money?
Okay.
But I don't feel like my questions bring that up enough.
Yeah.
And one of the other things with Google was, are you breaking standard best practices of Google? Which means Google will punish you.
Such
And
as what? Such as what? Can you give me an example?
One of the major ones is duplicate content.
Like they would
Having
publish the page twice or publish a blog twice? What do you mean?
Publishing the same blog on 5 different websites is one.
Oh,
So I tell my story the same exact way on 5 different websites.
okay.
Okay.
If you are a roofing and siding contractor, for example, and I want to build a page just for Plymouth, Minnesota, and I put the same exact words except for Plymouth, Minnesota on all 10 of these city websites, Google's going to punish you.
Oh,
But then I'm like, I'm not a copywriter. So do I really want to talk about these things?
but this is good because a lot of out of the box builders probably do that though, don't they?
Another client of mine had a website redone in 2017, and the theme that designer used published sample pages. They had 60 pages and only 12 of them were real.
Oh,
The rest of them were all lorem ipsum.
oh no.
And they were published and indexed by Google.
Okay.
And I just want to dump my words. Another thing, when people are revamping their website, they don't know the SEO best practices. If I have fairygodmotheroftech.com/services, they don't know that when I redo the website and bring it into WordPress, that I need a page that says fairygodmotheroftech/services, because Google has indexed that. And if Google finds out that there's no associated page, they're like, oh, that website's broken. They get down to the bottom of the list.
Oh, okay.
Then there's technical ways that you can rename pages and do redirects and those kinds of things.
Okay.
But that's one of the biggest mistakes I see that people make when they're switching from one platform to another, or people are revamping their website.
How can we how can we shorten that? I understand what you're saying. When switching, we'll say website platforms, right?
Mm-hmm.
The
Not keeping URL structure.
okay.
That's super technical.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of how I'm Beth's perfect guinea pig because I'm her ideal client.
Yes.
Like, how would I say that?
This is really key, because this is a pain point that people, they're not aware of, but they need to be aware of it. Yeah.
So Beth, I'm gonna just admit my stupidity here, okay? We're besties, I can do that.
Yes.
When you say switching website platforms, are you talking about like from GoDaddy to Namecheap, or are you talking like from WordPress to
Funnel Gorgeous?
Final Gorgeous? Okay.
Yeah. And a red flag for me when working with a designer is somebody pushing you from, oh, you're on WordPress. No. We need to redo the whole thing in Square. Because that web designer knows Square like the back of their hand.
Yeah.
If I look at somebody's website in Square and I'm like, I don't think that we need to revamp the whole thing. I think I can do a few tweaks to it and we can just leave it there. I'm not going to switch them to WordPress because WordPress is my bestie. If they want a whole website redone in Square, I'm going to reach out in my Sarah Massey group and say, okay, where are my Square experts? I have a lead for you.
What do you call yourself? A website builder?
I don't know. I toy back and forth between designer and developer. Developer seems like a coder. Designer feels like I need a graphic arts degree.
Okay.
I think designer works. Beth, this will shock you that when I was active in my husband's car club, I did their website. Can't remember what it was in, but anyway, they referred to me as the web mistress. Didn't really care for that much.
Oh,
I
funny.
forget what that platform was.
All right, so we'll keep thinking about this. Depending on which, I mean, you could blend these, but I think looking at what is prompting someone either to redo their website or why they desperately should redo their website. And I think it all goes back to
I had one of my questions that they're getting spam or junk leads from their website.
Okay. Okay.
Or no leads.
Okay. At the end of the day, I mean, the main reason they have the website is they want to make money off of it, right? They're not getting the clients, they're not being found. When things are a little more flush, and I think these are the emotional things that will help people tip the scales a little more, because deep down inside they do feel embarrassed. They would like to rebrand, their branding is outdated, etc. But the logical way, and we know that that's how people make decisions, right, is through logic. We make decisions based on emotion, but we look for the logic to give ourselves permission. And especially in this climate, they really need a reason to justify spending the money. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So for the lead magnet, is your website costing you money? Let's play with that a little bit. How is it costing them money? How would it cost them money?
Not bringing them good leads
Okay.
Or any leads.
or any leads.
Okay. Okay.
You know, maybe it ties to this, Beth, but I think about, you know, I spend whatever I spend on Funnel Gorgeous a year. And it's like, it's not doing anything for me.
Right.
I don't like, is that a lost cost, or is that like the cost of doing business? I don't know if what I'm saying is clear.
That's one of the things that I ask people what the purpose of their website is.
Mhm.
And usually they're like, I don't know. And it's like, okay, well, you have a couple of choices. Is
Yeah.
it your digital business card?
Oh, I like that.
Is it a place to send people to get them to know about you, book an appointment with you? Or is it to get leads? If it's to get leads, that's a whole different story than just a digital business card.
Yeah. What else with is your website costing you money?
One of the things that I wrote down was, can people easily get a hold of you?
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, is your phone number clickable? Is your email clickable from my phone?
I don't know what the stat is, but something like first 5 seconds or 20 seconds or whatever it is, you know, if somebody's going to call you, but you don't answer or whatever, then they go on to the next, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And
We just
is
did that
it
with a restaurant.
easy to get your lead magnet, easy to book a call or make an appointment, call to action above the fold?
Let's say, how can we say this? You know, because there's the whole loading of the web page needs to be fast.
Oh, that was another Google punishing thing. If your website loads slow, Google's going to punish you.
Interesting.
And Beth, I'm sorry if you said this, by punish, you mean just not presenting you as often, or?
Yeah. So it all goes in their algorithm. Like if
Okay.
you think of a grade, well, you got an F on that grade.
I never got an F.
So they're not gonna serve you up. That reminds me, I should go back through my 5 or 7 keys to website success, because I think I have some notes in there about how Google punishes you on things.
Yes, I was just thinking,
Maybe a lead magnet would be, is Google punishing you?
See, I'm just gonna make a note. Okay. Um, so the little blurb that I sent to you, how many eyeballs, what's your eyeball ranking for your website? What's your, at the end of the day, people want leads and clients from their website, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do they do that? They need to get more eyeballs on their website. I still think, especially, I love Chat GPT, but what's happening is the information fire hose is just continuing to explode,
Mhm.
right? So I think the more interactive stuff that we can do, and that's why I think for you, Beth, a quiz or some kind of a check, because what you want to do is just raise the awareness and kind of tweak those pain points just a little bit, because they need to recognize, not only deep down inside do they want one, they need to recognize that they really need one. And when the logic behind, what, you're losing money when you don't update your website.
Because that's the other thing too, is if you haven't changed anything on your website for years, Google says it's not relevant anymore.
Not really, I guess it's kind of a quiz. What I'm thinking is, if you can have something that sounds kind of fun, kind of intriguing, because most of your people, again, it all falls into the tech arena. That's why they need the fairy godmother of tech, because they don't want to deal with it. No, don't, I'm just going to cover my ears. But if you can make it kind of fun, but compelling, that, oh, yeah, she's right, I didn't realize. Something like that. And then in that list that I gave you, if you just ask, I could just see that one. And didn't you create something? I thought you had a lead magnet that kind of had.
Yeah, you did a Loom video on it.
Okay, yes, no, maybe.
Mhm.
And you could have the results. It would be nice, because you want to get their email, but it would be nice if then afterwards, you just put them in 3 buckets, so that they're looking forward to that reply from you. Okay,
Right.
you fell in the middle bucket. Here's 3 things you could do. Just like 3. Some of them are easy. Some of them are kind of like, oh, I don't really know what that is. But the whole thing is, you want to plant those seeds. So it's like, okay, I'm
So my
losing.
line of thinking was the follow-up email. So it's a couple of things. You could do it as a survey in Funnel Gorgeous. And then in your automations, you can gamify it, score points for every answer.
Yeah.
And then based on their answers or their score, you said you're not sure if you're listed on all 3 search engines. Here's my blog post on how to confirm that.
So what I think might work better, again, there's more friction. They have to click, which is good. We want the clicks, and then they have to read it. Then it's kind of like, okay, what we're trying to establish is, one, they really need this. If you make your responses a little more generic, that, okay, they scored a 9 and a 10, hey, it sounds like you're doing great. If you wanted to polish up your website just a little more, and you could offer, you're not really telling them how to do it. You're just saying, here's 3 little tweaks that could get you a 10, get you up to a 10.
Okay.
The people that's in the middle of the bucket or the low bucket, you could say, hey, you scored 7 to 5 or 7 to 4, whatever it is. So there's some room to grow. And here's 3 little tweaks. So we want to give them value, but we want to hopefully get them to say, I don't know. So for instance, in the middle bucket, get listed on Google. So true, maybe that's not your focus, but once they're in your world, you would be able to take them to the next, right? Or you could incorporate that into your package, your website package, because you're telling them, if you don't have this, you're leaving money on the table, right? Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. And then in the email, you would just give them 3 little tasty nuggets. Then I guess it depends on how much time, but your website refreshes range in what price?
Well, I love to charge $3,000.
Okay. So I think, because couldn't you kind of quickly do a quick Loom video on somebody's website without spending a lot of money, 5 to 7 minutes max? So what I would do on that follow-up email, hey, here's your score. There's a few things you could do to really up it so that, you can stop leaving money at the table. So you can start getting more qualified leads. So you can blah, blah, blah. Then you give them 3 little suggestions. And then the call to action I would do is, and they could either do a form. Maybe a form would be less intrusive for them, but have them share their website with you. And you just say, I'm offering a free website analysis. Click here to put your name in the form. If you did it on a form, then you could just do the automation.
Yeah, I think I need to be less technical about it and just get it out there. So not doing it in Funnel Gorgeous, but just, it's a PDF. Self-score it.
But if they self-score it, how?
I don't know their answers.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So the let me play around with the survey. I mean, it's not going to be that technical. I'll play with it also, because, and the key, just let me play with it, because I think that's where the value is going to be. And then, is that something doable though, that after you give them the solution, then that final call to action is, hey, do you want a quick website audit? I like a form better, because again, people, or you could say either hit reply and give me your website, or fill out this 2-question form. I will do a quick audit and send you a Loom video. I think that would be important too, because people are afraid to get on calls with people, right?
Right.
Because they don't want that sales pressure. So if I know I'm just going to get a Loom video, I've had a couple guys do this on YouTube, because with my YouTube channel, it is a very effective strategy, because they've done the work. I mean, they just look at my YouTube channel and tell me how bad it is. I mean, as far as SEO and everything, but I am impressed. I have to say, when they've taken the time, they're showing my channel. If I was going to pay somebody, I would give those people the money versus finding somebody. And I think that would help you raise the awareness, and then people would be like, yeah, okay. All right, Beth knows what she's doing. I can't believe she spent 5 or 7 minutes auditing my website. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just don't do it. One guy, I received an email from somebody who does this similar service, and never heard of the guy in my life. He just found my website, did a Loom video showing me what was wrong with it, and then sent it to me and asked if I wanted his help. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. No,
Yeah, that's the typical thing. I found lots of things wrong on your website.
Yeah.
Not here's 3 ways to improve it.
yes.
Right.
Yeah. And by starting with the questionnaire or the survey, we're raising the awareness that they need to revamp their website. So let's just take this fun little quiz. And something, I mean, you could go into Chat GPT and see, but I think a little on the humorous side would be
Yeah.
better. That's why when I was thinking eyeball factor, and maybe that's not the right word, but I mean, I could even see the little eyeballs, yes, you could have eyeballs, half closed eyeballs and closed, at the column
Right.
heading. Because that's what people want. They want eyeballs on their website.
It's true.
And if not, it's like, okay, then what are you going to do about it? Well, I'm the fairy godmother of tech, and hey, here's 3 short little suggestions on how you can improve it. And hey, if you want some more help, I'm my calendar is limited. You could say that my calendar is limited, but for the next few people, I'm happy to give you a quick website audit, and I will send you the video. Then it's like, okay, good. I don't have to get on the call. And then in the video, when you follow that up on the email, here's the link to the video. Let me know if you have any questions. And hey, if you'd like to have a quick discovery chat to see what's involved with revamping, here's my calendar link, no pressure.
So Leslie sent me this thing that some other guy sent her.
Okay.
And it's a landing page, and the video is on one side and your calendar is on the other.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah. That would be perfect.
Yeah, I built it as a funnel. So every single person that asks for the review, it'll be this URL, Debbie.
Yep.
This URL, Sandy. So they each have their own.
Nice. I like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
But I haven't done anything since then.
Okay. So, can we hold you accountable to come up with, maybe 7 to 10 questions that we want it easy, check, check, check. Okay. Can you come up with that? I will play around with the survey piece, because it's just a rating. So if you can come up with the questions on that, and then it'll be generic. Come up with either 2 or 3 generic little solutions that people can do. And then if they're whatever bucket, A, B, or C, then they get that generic. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say, come up with survey questions. Come up with 3 suggestions. I'm just gonna say bucket A, bucket bouquet. Did you guys ever watch that show?
I love that show.
What show?
What is it called?
Keeping Up Appearances.
Yes, it's a British, it's old, but the replays, her last name is Bucket, but you know,
Oh.
that's too common. So she always says it's bouquet.
It's bouquet.
Yes.
She's very middle class and she tries to put herself, her life off as upper class.
That's funny.
She has a sister Daisy. Well, she's got several. Her sister Daisy and her brother-in-law Oslo basically sit around and drink beer in their underworld. It's worth finding, Beth. You'd love it. I wanted to say, haha, Beth has homework.
Yeah.
No, Beth needs homework because Beth is just, yeah. And Sandy, I'm doing 20 minutes on my treadmill again today.
Good for you. I've got my treadmill desk all ready to rock and roll today once we're off this call.
Oh, this is on the thank you page. That's that. And then map out audit results page. CTA for what did we call it? A
Connection call.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Good. All right. So when are you going to get this done?
Today's Wednesday, right?
Yes.
It needs to be done this week.
Okay. So give me let's do this. What days are you going to work on this?
Today.
So Wednesday. Okay. Will you get it all done today?
No.
Okay. When else?
Yeah, I've got nothing going on today. Hardly nothing tomorrow.
Okay.
And nothing on Friday.
Okay. All right. So when you get them done, you know, even the drafts or whatever, share them in our little mini group here so we can all take a look at it. All right.
Thank you.
Good job. Okay. So
This feels really good.
Miss Sandy.
Yes, ma'am.
So where are you with your sales page? Is that the
yeah, that was the reason that I was looking for that link yesterday so I could rewatch it because of course I was so distracted last Wednesday with the landscapers. So I want to rewatch that and then I'm going to revamp my sales page. Let me look at my goals list for today.
Okay.
I have it as a goal to have that updated by Thursday. That's tomorrow.
Okay.